morning. How are
Hello?
you? So, for everyone that's not aware, this is Sarah Hurst, and she is one of our Spotsylvania agents, and she's awesome, and she's always doing charity events and hosting things for the community. And one thing in particular we wanted to talk about today is your clothing drive for the Thurman Brisben Center. So, can you tell us a little bit about? It's called Covered with Love, right?
Thank you so much for the introduction. That's
Yeah.
phenomenal. Covered with Love is a drive where I had the public bring in anything that could basically cover a homeless individual with love. So jackets, hats, scarves, gloves, different things like that.
Nice.
Just so
Yeah.
that going through this season, they need the love that they can feel. And so even though we can't go up and give a big hug, at least this is a way for the community to be able to show love to individuals who need it.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So the drive started at the beginning of October.
Okay.
And I reached out to David Cooper, who is the CEO of the Thurman Brisben Center. I've worked with him on a couple different things. I'm a commissioner on the Clean and Green Committee and worked with him on getting solar on the Thurman Brisben Center, which is a phenomenal thing that he's done.
So cool.
It is. So he's the Thurman Brisben Center is one of the only homeless shelters that's zero grid. So they're off the grid. They're able to save thousands of dollars a month in electricity bills that they're now able to implement into other different things like teaching their patrons how to actually stay sustainable. And so those funds are now able to go into different categories of programs that they have. That's really been huge. But reached out to David Cooper and he gave me a list of 50 people, 50 patrons, and that is females, males, and kids. So you don't really think about it, but there are a lot of kids within the homeless shelters that their parents just can't sustain. So, it's just sad to think about that, but it's true. So we had a need of 50 jackets total.
Okay.
And honestly, when I got that list, I was a little bit, I don't want to say overwhelmed, but I wasn't sure how I was going to do that. Like myself, I was able to pull out like 4 jackets. And I was like, well, if I pull out 4 jackets and I reach out to Coldwell Banker Elite and ask them to do the same and reach out to FAR and put it out on Facebook, I hope I can get it.
Yeah.
So, jackets, I had a list of like what they need for scarves and hats and stuff.
Okay.
So basically I started the drive October 1st. I threw it out to the public, threw it out to Coldwell. I'd collected a little bit here and there. Yeah. However, I reached out to the Freelance Star and they put it in the paper. And then the influx of jackets and stuff that I got was overwhelming.
Yay.
Yeah, I would get calls daily of 2 or 3 different individuals just saying, hey, I have jackets. I see the Covered with Love drive that you're doing. Where can I drop it off at? What can I do? So I told the other admins, I had people from King George. I had people in downtown. I had people in Stafford. I had people here locally, like in Massaponax and Spotsy. And I ended up at the end of October with 145 jackets. So yeah, it was above and beyond what I could have ever expected. And that's not including gloves, scarves. Yeah. That's not including hats, different things like that. So I reached out to David again and said, look, this is what I have. He's like, well, we don't need that many. So I got to reach out to other shelters. So I reached out to the Hope House.
Oh, nice.
And I reached out to Micah Ministries.
Yeah.
And the Hope House is more so collecting very, very gently used or new, which we did get a lot of that. Okay. So I was able to do donations there. And then the Micah Ministries. And then Thurman Brisben, I probably dropped off about 75 to 80 jackets. So they have enough. Yeah, their patrons could basically pick a new jacket every day. So
that's awesome. Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah, a true blessing. And then I didn't realize that the Freelance Star was still running. So I have probably another 100 jackets at the office.
Are you kidding me? That's amazing.
Yeah, it has been phenomenal. So now I've reached out to Jessica Rut at the Rut Foundation, which is a foundation here to help veterans with suicide.
Okay.
So they've given me a list now, so I get to go drop off to their foundation as well. And then I'm going to reach back out to the Micah Ministries and see if I can drop the rest off there because they have a lot more turnaround at the Micah Ministries. And if they are not able to accept it, then I'm going to look around to see what other foundations I can help or homeless shelters.
That's
So
amazing. That's
it
so
is,
cool that it
it has
just
been a true blessing. It really has.
into this like huge thing. That's amazing.
Yeah, I've had individuals that actually knitted hats that were really cool. So they wanted to pick up a hobby in the middle of, Corona stuck at home, and
Yeah.
they actually started knitting hats. So they were able to donate that, and they felt like it was a good cause. I've
Oh,
had individuals call whose husband or wives have passed away, and they didn't know how to start the process, but they felt this was a noble process for them to give their loved ones
yeah.
clothing away.
Yeah. What
So
a great way to do that. That's amazing.
yeah, it's felt like the community really embraced this drive and felt it was helping in more of a way than just dropping it off at the local Goodwill or a bin. Like, it actually, their loved ones are going to continue on. Like, it felt like, I feel like they felt like it was something they could continue to have their loved ones get love back,
Oh,
kind of
for sure.
thing. So
Sure. How did you get involved with the Thurman Brisben Center? Is it just sort of you saw a need and you filled it, or how did you get started there?
so I knew that when I wanted to do this drive, I needed to reach out to homeless shelter. And since I've worked with David Cooper, the CEO of the Thurman Brisben Center, on the solar projects, and then he's been helping with us. The Clean and Green Commission is also working with the baseball stadium right now on
Cool.
getting them completely solar, or they're solar ready, but one day they'll be completely solar as well. So
Yeah.
there'll be a minor league, like the only minor league that's completely off the grid as well. So Fredericksburg's doing some amazing things.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of how I got involved with David, because I've sat, I was part of the commission that helped them get solar ready and then
Okay.
launch the entire solar project.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of where it started there. And then he said, why don't you reach out to this person, like the Hope House and Micah Ministries, to continue sharing all the love of the coats and the jackets and such. So it's just, to me, we're a town that has a heart. Even though we're a city, Fredericksburg has a heart. And, with doing real estate, I'm constantly involved with the people, and I love this community so much that I just feel like if you give back, it gives so much more to you. And I feel so engulfed in this town now because I'm a come here. I moved here from Matthews County like years ago, but I wanted to really make this place my home. And the best way to do that is to really invest yourself in the community and help in any way you can. So I host a couple of different drives or ways of helping the community any way I can, from blood drive to cleaning up the river. And I'm on the Clean and Green Commission, as well as I'm a board member with the Fredericksburg Area Museum. And you just really invest yourself in this community because there's so much that it gives back to you.
Yeah, but we're so proud of Sarah and everything she does. And if you want to see all of her adventures, definitely go follow her on Facebook, on her Facebook page, because she's so connected and plugged in to everything in the community in terms of giving back and trying to improve the community one litter pickup at a time. And we love that. That's really, really cool. So it sounds like you have enough jackets, you have enough coats and gloves and that type of thing, which is amazing. Is there what's the next biggest need at the shelter, or how can people sort of give back right now in this COVID environment if they can't personally volunteer? What's the best way that we can support the shelter now?
There's the Hope House. They definitely need things for the kids. So if you're going through the stores and you can pick up games or something, I mean, they need Christmas too.
Yeah. Sure.
There's not a whole lot of more donations they're accepting because of COVID right now. Like, I had to kind of work with David to get specific items. Obviously, monetary gift is always something that's needed.
Yeah.
But I would say really right now it's going to be driven around Christmas presents.
Okay.
For kids would be the biggest thing. Because each house does have a good amount of kids, and they need Christmas too. I mean, there's no reason they shouldn't get Christmas.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
add an extra couple toys to your basket.
Exactly. You'd be
Add to cart.
surprised how much one little truck can go a long way in a little boy, or
Oh,
one
yeah.
doll can go a long way in a little girl that didn't expect anything. And so they
Yeah.
actually get to open a gift. So anything like that would be something that I would definitely recommend if you're out and about, just to stop by and pick something up. And
Yeah.
if you need contacts at any local foundation, I'm happy to help. If you need me to come pick up the items and send them off for you, you can leave them on your front doorstep and I'll do that. Happy to. I did a couple drive-bys to pick up jackets and 55 communities. So I understand.
Yeah. Sarah's rolling closet right now.
My car gets so loaded down, you can't see out of any of the windows. I look like I'm moving or something, but it's just cabinets, just a
That's
bunch.
amazing. That's so cool. Well, thank you so much for talking with me today. And again, if you want to keep up with Sarah and all of her community adventures and all of her charity work, go ahead and follow her on Facebook. And she's always out and about around the community. So definitely say hi if you see her. And hopefully some people watching this can get involved and either donate monetarily or donate to some of the other smaller foundations in the area. And we love that. We love to see that. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Poppy. Thanks for everything. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.